And now it's your turn for questions for Dr. Elizabeth Vaughan. She joins us again after her online chat. Very successful, I understand.
Great questions. Thanks for calling in or writing in.
We have Jenny on the line from Lexington. Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning. I was going to ask, my son uses the Avent bottles, and when all the BPA thing came out, I called them, and they told me that if I do not wash them in the dishwasher, that they're fine, they're no risk to him at all. And I'm wondering, is that true? And also, do you think at some point they're going to recall these bottles?
I hope they do. It's a matter of what are your son's genes, and do you warm the milk before you put it into the bottles? If you heat anything in the bottles, or if you put warm milk in contact with the bottles, the BPA is going to leach out into the liquid, period, end of story. I don't care if it's formula or water or juice, anything. And if you wash it in a dishwasher, it's going to decompose faster and get a little bit cloudy. You want to throw them away as soon as they get cloudy because that releases the BPA even faster. BPA is a weak estrogen, but we are full of it. We're exposed to it all the time. It moves in and out of our body fairly quickly, but we always get exposed to it. So this is why we're having problems with, part of the reason we're having problems with kids, little girls going through puberty earlier, little boys having abnormalities of their penises, all kinds of things.
All right, let's go to Shirley. Good morning, Shirley. What's your question?
Good morning, Dr. Vaughan. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What's your question?
I had a dental implant done on the lower left, and they left a drill bit in my mouth, and it's come out. We've had it taken out in a couple of pieces, but it was rusted. And anyway, I've just had a lot of health problems with it, and I have been real sick and had some terrible problems relating to it. And I was just wondering what would be the best thing to do, since, if you have a nail stuck in your foot, you get a tetanus shot. But yet I've had antibiotics, and I've had tachycardia from a couple of things that just cost me. And I was just wondering what I needed to do.
Did you have the implant because the tooth that was there was infected?
No, it was. I lost it. It was gone.
Okay. Hard to advise you. This is very complicated. You need probably to get a second opinion to make certain that everything is cleaned out down there. You may end up having to have the implant removed, because a lot of times if you have hardware where there is an infection, the infection never gets cleared up. So you may have to kind of go back to ground zero and start all over again. People can also be sensitive to either the chemicals or the chemicals or the metals in the implants and not be able to tolerate them. And you can get testing done for that.
Also, should she maybe get tested for metal toxins as well?
Yeah, frequently people who need implants and have trouble with their mouths have a history of mercury toxicity. And you can get tested for that at my office or other integrated physicians' offices.
All right, let's go to Ted. Good morning, Ted. What's your question?
Good morning. Dr. Vaughan, I'm 64 years old, and I'm a diabetic, and I have neuropathy in both of my legs, and I've been in the bed for about 63 weeks now with it, and I can't find a doctor. I just can't find no relief for this stuff. I just got out of the hospital Saturday with a heart attack, and I'm having a time. I need some help.
Well, there's so many different things that may help, and you need to have evaluated. Get a copy of Natural Triad from this month. It talks about some of the ways that I approach peripheral neuropathy. B vitamin deficiencies, heavy metal toxicity. I would expect that you have a heavy metal toxicity and some B vitamin deficiencies on top of the diabetes. The quick and dirty answer is take alpha lipoic acid, 200 milligrams twice a day with food. It's used for treating diabetes, and it helps with peripheral neuropathy. Having enough fish oil in your system and get some B complex 100, take one twice a day and see if that helps. If that doesn't work, you need more specific help and evaluation.
Let's go to Kimberly. Good morning, Kimberly. What's your question?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm 47 years old, and I have been suffering with extreme fatigue and weeks where all I want to do is sleep. I just can't get enough sleep. And I was wondering if you recommend HRT or human growth hormone.
Oh, that depends upon so many other things. Extreme fatigue typically is due to, if you qualify, you may be diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome. That can be due to thyroid problems, adrenal problems, chronic low-grade infections, vitamin deficiencies, toxins, etc. There's all kinds of things that can cause it. The bottom line is don't put up with it. Demand some answers. And the answer is not necessarily just taking Ritalin. That's one of the last things I will use after I exhaust all other possibilities.
All right.
Great.
Very interesting questions.
Wonderful questions. Thanks so much for calling in, and watch the FDA talk about bisphenol A today. It should be very revealing in terms of what the politics are.
All right. Thanks so much.